focus while we're
what's going on,
doing
boys?
this debate. I don't really
The boys
want
are
to
here. We're about to discuss The Last of Us Part 2. Alright. Is it good or not, or is it okay? I think it's shit. Me and my friend Dom here, we think it's absolute fucking garbage. We think it's a fucking garbage dumpster fire. It's what we think it is, okay? And we got the other side, which is Taker and my friend Epically. They think it's okay. They think it's, you know, it's fine. You know what I mean? It's nothing terrible. And we're here to discuss that. So, Taker, from my understanding, has gave it a 7 out of 10. And I wish to know why. Why have you given it a 7 out of 10?
Okay, so straight up, to be honest, it's a 7 out of 10 for me. Gameplay-wise, it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Everybody says the same. I wouldn't say it's the same. There are improvements. There's different enemy varieties that they added, like the Shambler, the dogs, the fucking, you know, people that shoot fucking bows and arrows at you, shit like that. You know, and there's also new weapons, and there's also fucking, you know, skill trees in which you can make different stuff and fucking have different shit on your playthroughs of the game, and there's a reason to go back and play it. Gameplay-wise, it's not bad. Story-wise, straight up, it could be better. The biggest problem with the story, in my opinion, was Joel's death. Joel's death affected the entire fucking game because the way they handled it was so disrespectful to the character. Literally at the start of the game, Joel falls for a trap which literally is so out of character for him, and in that sense, that is the biggest issue with the game. You have fucking bitches, you know, that are pregnant but are also like fighting at the same time, which just doesn't make any sense to me. And then also, like, Ellie's character, up to a certain point, kinda is just like there's growth, like there's good moments in the story. The flashback scenes are good. I would say Joel and Ellie's relationship and how they, you know, handled that at a point in a flashback was pretty good. You know, they gave some resolutions to certain things.
Tractor beam control going down.
But it kind of goes sideways story-wise when you start to play as Abby, because the first chapters are straight up shit when you play as Abby. You fucking go back to your fucking home base and you're fucking playing with the army, whatever, the fucking WLF or whatever, which is the group that Ellie's hunting that killed Joel. And so fucking, you know, that chapter was basically nothing up until the end of it, where then you meet Lev and Yara, which by far are the saving grace of Abby's whole fucking campaign, because that's where the gameplay and the meat comes from in Abby sections, is those, you know, 2 days, those last 2 days there. The ending I thought was cool in some aspects. The fact that Ellie goes on a full-fledged hunt from all the way to fucking California to find Abby is kind of cool. You get a silent SMG gameplay-wise, which I feel like is a callback to, you know, getting an automatic fucking gun in The Last of Us 1. That's cool. But it's when we start to get to, you know, fucking the actual, you know, Ellie fighting Abby, not killing Abby. There's a whole debate with that, which I think we'll get into. But just to start off this debate, my introduction, that's where I'll stop. I don't think it's fucking functionally terrible. Gator thinks it's a 3 out of 10. To me, a 3 out of 10 is literally a game with no fucking variety, no reason to go back to, and it's just glitches and bugs galore. To me, it's a 7. It's okay. It's not terrible. Just okay. Could be better. Way better. And that's the biggest crime of all this, is that, like, honestly, this could have been a 10 out of 10 game, but it turned into a 7 out of 10. A disappointing 7 out of 10, which is like a Destiny 1 scenario, if that makes any sense. Dom,
that's your cue, please.
Who, me?
Well, I don't really know where to start with it, to be honest with you. Like, I think we were just promised so much from the first one, and you know, the first one delivered so much. It was unique in every way. It was something that you've never really seen before, with things like gameplay. And I don't know, it was just the brutality of it as well. I haven't seen that much brutality in a game since Manhunt. And I don't know, it just felt like something special. Last of Us 2 didn't seem special. And I'm kind of happy with the leaks, because it means I didn't waste that amount of money on it, so it'd be like 60 quid for me.
That's true.
And I don't know, I just feel like with Naughty Dog, you're always basically guaranteed an amazing story with amazing gameplay. And I think, yeah, don't get me wrong, they improved the gameplay slightly, but is it enough to justify for a new game 7 years later on what is a new console as well for the game? Don't get me wrong, do you know what I mean? Obviously it will come out on PS5 as well, but right now we've only got it on PS4. And for a console change as well, it didn't feel like enough. It felt like not enough effort went into it. The writing was lazy, the characters, you couldn't relate to them, you didn't feel for them. The only characters that you felt for was Joel and Ellie, because they're the only really ones, and Tommy obviously, because that's all you really knew. And when you're introducing so many new characters just to kill them off, it's a bit like watching Game of Thrones. It's like, what's the point in trying to understand them if you're just going to kill them? Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit like that, and I don't know. For me, they didn't deliver on so many levels. I'd have been happy with a straightforward story of Abby catches Joel, tortures him throughout the game, he plays Ellie to try and find them, and you get there, Joel's that beaten, he dies. I'd have been happy with that, other than the weird, twisty, turny story they tried to give us, but just failed on so many fronts. So that's for me. I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed, because it was something that I was looking forward to for so long. I was talking about movies and everything that they could do with it, and they just shat on us, really. You know, they lost a lot of their workforce, and I put it down to this personally. And yeah, I think a lot of people saw the problems with it that work within Naughty Dog, and were like, you know, fuck this. If this is the sort of route that we're going in, then I don't want it. And Abby is such a terrible character, in my opinion. They try and make you feel for her, but she's killing your favourite characters. How do you feel someone that's killing all your favourite characters? You can understand why she's doing it, but
that, and she wasn't even in the main marketing. I remember like one trailer introducing her, but they didn't even introduce her. It was just like a 1 minute, you know, maybe like a minute and 30-second long trailer, and it was the scene where she's getting hung, right? And that was it. That was all we got for Abby. You know, that little snippet.
I don't have an issue with that, because they were trying so hard to hide the story. So yeah. I don't have an issue with that. I just have an issue with the way they went. I don't know if you want to have a word now.
Everclear.
I give the game a 5 out of 10. Not terrible. Not good. It's decent. It's fine. I don't see the aspect of Joel's death really ruining the game, as if. I mean, it was pretty much inevitable, especially from the beginning. I mean, it was pretty prevalent that he would die, especially in The Last of Us 2. I mean, if you played the game, you kind of pondered at the thought that he would eventually die. But I feel like people use the story as to guide their reasoning for why the game is terrible. And if you look at other aspects, such as gameplay and the use of multiplayer, I feel like it's pretty decent. It's fine. Storyboard-wise, sure, there is a disconnect, especially with death. I can understand that. Other than that, I feel as if people completely take it out of context for the specific fact that Joel no longer lives, or at least he died in a way people aren't very fond of. I mean, in my own theory, I feel as if, I mean, what other way would be justifiable? What other way would you find leisure in his own death? What other way? I feel as if, I don't know. It really doesn't fucking matter. I mean, it's there for the aspect of suspense. I mean, that's the whole essence of why he's fucking dead. But I don't know. I really don't. I'm fine with the whole golf club thing. It really doesn't fucking matter.
I just want to come in here quickly, moving away from like the story and that, because everyone's shitting on that right now. Do you think the gameplay improved enough for a new console as well? And 7 years?
For a new console? No. In depth, it uses the same engine. The only reason why I find out the gameplay in itself is fine because I really enjoyed Last of Us' use of engine in multiplayer. It's the same aspect here. Sure, there's new nitpicks here and there, but other than that, it's
You know, there's no multiplayer, right?
there's no multiplayer.
No, at least not. No multiplayer as of yet.
I'm sorry, gents.
That's kind of
There's
gay.
nothing to stop the separatists from firing the
Yeah,
droid
they
factories
were
back up
mainly
now.
focusing on the single
Republic
player
has some
aspect of the
dark
game.
days.
But they marketed it as if there would be.
There should be multiplayer. I agree with you on that, though. There should be.
Shit.
I guess we can discuss multiplayer for a second. You know, I think they should have put it in. Like, Uncharted 4 had multiplayer. This game's been in development since maybe after Uncharted 4, and
Doubt it.
like not even probably.
Probably longer than that, actually.
Yeah,
Probably
honestly.
between 2014, when they put the early stages of. That's how usually all game developers do.
Yeah.
I mean, this game's been in works for like 7 years, 6 years straight.
A lot of things could have been better about the game overall, though. I wouldn't say they didn't do enough to the gameplay to warrant the sequel. I don't agree with that. I think they did enough in the sense of they did what they could. I mean, Uncharted never really did much to its gameplay other than movement, and adding a counter button. The biggest issue by far is the story, and the writing, and the characters. I'll say, Abby's shit was not as bad, you know, as I thought it was gonna be, because I expected it to be way worse. And they actually, you know, give some good character traits to Abby. She protects the character in the game, a child. You know, and she does a lot of good things. She's not. So anyway, the Abby shit, right? To a certain point, it was not as bad as it could have been. Especially the one boss fight with the fucking giant mutated fucking clicker. That was fucking wild. I will say Abby's set pieces are really weirdly are better than Ellie's. I feel like they put more time into that, honestly, which is kind of sad to say. I mean, there's good moments in Ellie's story, but like it's not as interactable, and I think that's one of the things that maybe they did to, you know, actually make you want to play as Abby, because nobody wants to play as fucking Abby. And honestly, I agree with the point that Ellie could have done the same shit. You know, I feel like if they had a game like that where they gave Ellie that, you know, driven shit, that would be cool. But I know they really want to fucking ham an Abby. No, I played the game. So, overall, I give it a 7, because I don't think it's average. I think it does things above average, but I think it's okay. The only thing that I would say gives it an extra point for me from being a 6 out of 10 to a 7 is the graphics and some of the character moments. And yeah.
So my viewpoint on it is, I have a more, let's just say, I have a more harsher point of view on it than the rest of these guys, I guess. You know, they basically ruined the first one, right? They basically, what I can describe it, or if it, you know, if I could say how it feels, is, it basically feels like they took the first one, that they rip it into a million pieces and just say, fuck everything that happened in the first one, this is the new shit now, right? This is it, right? And that to me just seems kind of, you know, fucked up, you know? It doesn't really work. Insulting your players or insulting your fans is just gonna hurt you in the end. So I don't know why they would just try to like do it now. You know what I mean? Basically, onto the story, right? You know what? I'll leave the story for last, right? You know, we already talked about it. I'll talk about gameplay. Gameplay is relatively the same as the last game, right? Which is not bad, you know. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right? And that's, you know, stick to what you know. But at least do some major improvements. I think that's what we all wanted. You know what I mean? Just major improvements of the first one. They expand upon it, story-wise, gameplay-wise, and you know, all that other good stuff, right? And you know, they do some things. You know, they improve the movement. You know, it's not as sluggish, right? You know, it's more action, or it's more fast-paced, right? You can squeeze in between.
Epically's up there. Let's go.
Hey, yo, let's go, man. Let's go, man. Basically, you can move around more, and that's good. You know, more mobility means it's more, you know, fun to play. But the problem is, and I will get to this later, it's the people seem to not give a fuck about a game that they're not interested in. And here's what I mean. So when you basically insult the first game, you stomp on it, you know, a million pieces, you shit on it, you fucking piss on it, you know, you do all this thing to the first game, right? You do all this character building from the first game, and you just say, fuck that, and the part 2 is literally just undoing all of that, right? And it demotivates people, right? Especially if you've seen the leaks and you know that you play as a certain character, which is Abby. You play as Abby for, I believe, 10 hours.
Half the game, yeah.
So you play as Abby for 10 hours, and, you know, nobody wants to play as a character that murdered a main character of the last game. I don't know if Naughty Dog are, you know, just, like, mentally fucking ill, but nobody wants to do that. You know? Like, that's like saying, you know, in God of War 3, right? Kratos dies, and you play as some random fuck. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Right? It you know, doesn't make the best of sense. Right? And, I'll bring that back up later in a different way for the, you know, for the story portion. But that's basically it. It's basically just like a huge fuck you to all of the, you know, the fans and all the, you know, the people that love The Last of Us 1. And the reason why people are, like I said, pissed is because you play as Abby. Nobody gives a fuck about Abby. Nobody cares. And all their sad attempts to make us feel something for her is fucking bullshit. I don't care. I want to kill everybody who was there in that room when Joel died. I don't care about nobody else. I don't care about Dina. I could care less if she's there. You know, she's a new character or whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Right? I'm pissed. You know, fucking Joel's dead. You know, you don't have to kill Joel, but I understand why they did it. Right? I wish it did it in a better way. You know, like, say, you know, I could probably make up a better plot for The Last of Us 2 if I really wanted to. You know, basically go ahead and do all the backstory. You know, start off, like, right, you know, after The Last of Us, you know, the original one, the first one, right? You start off right after that. You do all the fucking, you know, flashbacks with Ellie, you know, to get, you know, you play as her, and you basically interact with Joel, right? Not only do you get to interact with Joel and do all that good stuff, you also get to, you know, see what's happened this past, the recent, the past events, right? And they can do like in medias res thing in the beginning of the game, like they like to do with like the Uncharted series, something like that, right? Literally anything would be better.
Yeah.
And then like it'd be cutting back to Ellie having her birthday, or like right when Joel was talking to Tommy, maybe do something, like after that, then have the flashbacks to Ellie. Like you grow with Joel, right? And then you understand why their turmoil is there. You know what I mean? And it's sad. It's sad. You know what I mean? Like the story, we waited so long for this. We waited 7 years. 7 years for this piece of fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
The gameplay is relatively the same. You know what I mean? It's very stale. It's very shit, right? It's fucking shit. All right. If you like The Last of Us Part 1, you're probably gonna like The Last of Us Part 2 because the gameplay is literally the same. It's literally nothing different. Besides, different, enemy types. Like I said, movements improved, dodge button. Literally minor improvements. Nothing major to warrant it, a point on gameplay. Gameplay's it was good at the time for Last of Us Part 1, but it's nowhere near. I don't believe it has a place in 2020. So it's shit. You know what I mean? It was good back then, but it's not good now. Especially with the games that's coming out now, like Ghost of Tsushima. What's the other games coming out? Like all these other good third-person games are coming out, right? That's Abby. If it was me personally, I would cut out everything Abby related, because nobody wants to play as Abby.
Right. But
nobody wants to play as Abby, and
but then that would only make the game like 12 hours, maybe. Think.
I mean, that's fine.
I don't know. I that's not.
There's nothing. I mean, everything to do with Abby.
That, or they could have put Abby section.
Because Abby's the villain. Because if that's what you want to do, like, don't force it down our fucking throats to be like, oh well, you know what? You don't want to play as Abby? Well, guess what, bitch? You're gonna fucking play as Abby. You know what I mean? Like, it forces you either way, and it's bullshit, right? It's fucking retarded.
The fact that they force you is, really dumb. I agree.
Yeah, and no, I'm pretty sure you can go and look at compilations of people playing as Abby. Nobody wants to play as Abby, dude. Like nobody cares. If you're gonna have a character, right? If you want to make us play as a character, maybe do like something like they for example, maybe have us hang out with maybe play as Abby, right? And maybe do some of the flashback scenes, to establish who she is, maybe like 1 or 2, right?
Right.
And that's fine. And no. That's not what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is, let me finish, right? Basically, what I'm trying to establish here is maybe do like a conflict, right? Maybe make Abby this, not a fucking robot. You know what I mean? Like she literally has a serial killer mindset where she doesn't give a fuck. I mean, she's literally captures people, tortures them, and leave them in cells. You know what I mean? So she's already a fucked up character, and she's already a character. But you also make us want to feel bad for she's also one of the main characters, which I don't get that move at all. I personally don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. It makes no sense to me. She makes no which is fine. You can play as a villain. That's not an issue. But the thing is, though, why have all these things trying to justify her actions? She's the player already, in my opinion, right? As soon as you see this character kill off the old main character, she's irredeemable. You know what I mean? She is not a character that could be brought back. She's already evil. And that doesn't help that she's part of a group who murders kids, who captures people and, basically tortures them and leaves them in cells. And, they're like, oh, she's not that bad, guys. She pets dogs and she's playing with the dogs. Oh my god.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work, exactly. It's fucking dumb. And like, what? It makes no sense. And then don't get me started on the character decisions, right? And I know you all, the characters make stupid decisions to get them killed, right?
Oh yeah, fact.
You know, for example, Jesse literally just runs in there, guns blazing, doesn't fucking, you know, like, after all this time, after all this time, you know, in Seattle, they're sneaking around, they're making, you know, somewhat smart decisions. You know what I mean? They're sneaking around, they're doing fine. But whenever they're inside their safe house, they think they're the fucking safest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And nobody's guarding the entrances. Nobody's guarding anything. They're all chilling out. Like, really? Really? I'm surprised. If this is how you all, you know, were acting in the last game, I'm surprised how you made it this far. You know? And that's
Right.
going for Joel and Tommy. Tommy would not be fucking dumb enough, nor would Ellie. Ellie would not be dumb enough to leave the fucking map leading back to. Why would you? What?
Fact. That was so dumb.
That was so fucking retarded. Why would you do that? That's
that
just
literally
another
made
fucking
no
bullshit
sense.
reason for, you know, Abby to find them and trigger the fucking fight scene. It's the most convoluted fucking bullshit I've ever seen in my life. It's so coincidental that she finds the fucking map right there, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
It's literally plot convenience. It's fucking stupid.
And for the sake of, yeah, they're giving up, you know, like, come on. You can obviously, you know, if Ellie is smart enough to track the WLF, right? I'm pretty sure Abby could, you know, since she's a lieutenant or whatever in the WLF, obviously she's done some things to get to where she's at. So she's obviously not that incompetent. You know what I mean? So, like, I just don't get it, man. I genuinely don't. Like, there's so many plot holes. Like, you obviously saw Ellie drop the map. Why are you not picking it up, Tommy? That's both on Tommy and Ellie.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll just go ahead and say it. The fucking story is obviously shit, right? The game itself is a 3 out of 10. The only thing it does right is the graphics, the soundtrack, and the atmosphere. That's literally it, right? That's it. The characters are shit. They're all fucking brain dead. They don't fucking, you know, like, oh, Ellie, I think I'm pregnant, bro. Like, why are you here? Why? The same other fucking thing for Mel. Why are you here? Why are you participating in an assassination? I genuinely don't get it. I really, truly don't. It is so fucking dumb that they would, like, have these characters and be like, oh, well, you know, I think, you know, this is a smart decision. It's clearly not. You're putting your baby, not only yourself in danger, but your baby in danger. Right? If you truly valued yeah, that's the other thing. If you truly valued your baby, why are you attacking Ellie? Why are you going out in these situations? It makes no sense.
She literally could have been like, stop, I have a kid.
Exactly. And that would have been a dilemma, right? That would have been a moral dilemma that, you know, Ellie would have had to choose from, you know what I mean? Right. And that would have kept with the theme of the old game. And that would have been a nice decision. But they don't, and they just, like, they literally just don't give a fuck. They literally just put it in there for Ellie just to have, like, oh no, what have I done type of scene. It's literally fucking retarded. They're just called, like, it doesn't matter. If this, honestly, if it were me, exactly, they pull this card like 3 separate times, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
They do it once with, actually no, 4 separate times. First, it was, you know, announced that Mel was pregnant. Then it was Dina. And then whenever Owen was lying on the ground bleeding out, she was like, don't kill her, please. Don't kill her, please. She's pregnant. And then she's already fucking dead. And then, whenever Abby goes to kill Dina, Ellie pulls out the same card again. Like, bro, stop putting this fucking card in there. It doesn't make any fucking sense. If you were seriously concerned about the well-being of your significant other, why the fuck are you putting them in danger? It doesn't matter if they want to go or not. You are also responsible for your people, no? So why are you bringing them there? It just makes no sense. The story, like, obviously, we could go all day about this, right? We can go about, oh, well, you know, Ellie is, you know, she's doing this for X, Y, and Z. It doesn't fucking matter. It's fucking retarded. You know, why are you sacrificing good character development that we had from the last game. I also don't understand that. I also don't get why do we need flashbacks of these people who we just murdered. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. I don't care. They killed Joel. They're not redeemable. No matter what silly attempts you have at trying to, say, oh, all sides matter, all the perspectives matter. It doesn't matter. You all participated in his death. And this, like what? And you want me to feel bad for you? Nah, bro. Fuck you. That's just me.
Like, the only one in the room that genuinely had a reason to kill Joel was fucking Abby. Because, fucking he killed her father. And even then, like...
Even then, that doesn't make no sense, because in the last game, he was like black or whatever, right? Which they retcon, and it is what it is. They had to make a story, I get it, but it's retarded. It's dumb. It doesn't make no sense.
Like, I honestly... the reason I enjoyed it is to see a game just turn your brain off and kind of just play and have a good time.
No, that's not an excuse for Naughty Dog games. That's not an excuse for Naughty Dog games.
That shouldn't be a Naughty Dog game. Naughty Dog games are ones to get you and pull you in.
Right, it shouldn't be a Naughty Dog game, but it is what it is. And fucking, I think if you can look past the issues, there's a good game in there.
No. We have to hold Naughty Dog to a higher standard. We have to hold Naughty Dog to a higher standard. They constantly have to, up themselves, right? They made Uncharted 4, which is undebatably one of the better games of that year when it got released, right? So, whenever they come up with a game that's fucking shit, then we gotta fucking bitch about it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna buy a story that we like, and then fucking say, oh, well, just buy the game, bro. Buy it when it's on sale. No, I'm not gonna support this behavior. It makes zero sense for any of these characters to do anything. And I'm not gonna support this whenever they're trying to fucking make, oh, well, bro, you just gotta look deeper into it, man. There's a fucking message. Fuck your message. Fuck everything about what you're trying to do here. It makes no sense. You butchered your characters just to make a message or to get emotion out of your people. You can get emotion out of your players and out of your fucking people that love your games by, actually creating good storytelling. Because in the first 10 minutes of the last game, it's infinitely better than the first 2 hours of Last of Us 2. I'm just saying. It's a fucking fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
And don't get me started on the ending. The ending is just fucking garbage. It's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Let's get to the fucking ending. Let's just get to the fucking ending. Might as well. So, you mind if I discuss my opinion on the fucking ending?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Alright. So my opinion on the ending is that, do I think it's as bad as everybody makes it out to be? In some cases, no. But in some cases, yes. My reason for kind of being meh, whatever, about the ending, is that Joel is a part of the ending. As weird as it sounds. There's a flashback sequence where Ellie, talks to Joel, and they kind of, it's weird, because they kind of show that thing from the fucking E3 trailer where they're in the fucking ballroom and they're meeting, Ellie's dancing with Dina and they make out and everybody's like, the fuck, LGBTQ, whatever. Fucking, you get the point. They show Joel getting in there after the guy's like, oh, fucking, you two are queers and families can't see that, and Joel comes over and he's like, you can't do that, that's not alright. And then fucking after that sequence, the one they show at the end of the game is basically Ellie going to Joel being like, hey, I could have done that myself, and fucking they talk for a little bit, then they discuss what happened in the past, the ending of the last game. And fucking Ellie's like, you took that away from me! My life would have mattered! And Joel was like, oh. Well, fucking, if fucking, if I had the opportunity to fucking redo it, I would do it all over again. And I think by far that is the best thing of that ending, because Joel's character gets some, redemption, I guess you could say, because the main point of that ending was to show, hey, fucking, he loves Ellie. He appreciates her. As far as he's concerned, that's his baby girl. That's his daughter. His adopted daughter. By far the best part of the ending. Now, Ellie letting Abby go, I'll get into that, when she raves the shit. As crazy as it sounds, almost reminded me of a fucking Quentin Tarantino film. Like a fucking... Just because of how fucking out of nowhere the fucking ending is with it. Where it just comes out of fucking nowhere. It's what the fuck? But it's kind of like still good. Like you kind of enjoy it and you appreciate it for doing something crazy. But fucking the fight scene with Abby, right? I think that was okay. I don't hate it. I think, however, fucking Joel being the reason for her not killing Abby, just Joel randomly showing up, sitting on the porch there, is kind of dumb. Her going back to the car, I think that, that goes with the message. So, that part, dumbass message, but it goes with the message they were trying to fucking tell. My opinion on the ending. Gator, you can go ahead.
I'll let Dom go. I feel as if ethically and Dom have been rather quiet.
Alright.
Because we can never get a word in edgeways with you two anyway. My opinion on the ending's very much like my opinion on the entire game. Last boss fight, not really anything special. It's a classic Naughty Dog boss fight, similar sort of thing to Uncharted.
Yeah.
Nothing really new there. I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. That hasn't been said about the game itself. It's just average, and you don't mix the game. The story was subpar. The gameplay, for me, although Last of Us gameplay is already good, it's not improved enough, especially when it's on a new console. They made Last of Us for PS3. This is a PS4. This is current generation. Obviously, PS5's just been announced, but you know what I mean. This is apparently this is the best that Naughty Dog can do right now. And if this is the best that they can do, then I worry about the future, because obviously Uncharted, they say, is finished. The way obviously it ended, it could be set up for a part 3. You just don't know. And if it is going to be a part 3, my word, they need some serious improvements. But I don't know, I feel like Last of Us should be left alone for now. Obviously got this whole debate thing going on right now about, the story should be rewritten and all that. Like, we know that's not going to happen. Naughty Dog have been silent since it's come out, essentially, do you know what I mean? And that's because they know they messed up, they're not done. But, I don't know, I don't know about the ending. So yeah, I mean, I didn't feel anything for any of the characters, so I don't really care about the ending. Ellie, obviously, happiness in the end, and good, I guess. Abby lived, it's whatever. Once again, because I don't care about the characters, I don't really care about the ending, so it's just one of them. It's just weak throughout the entire game for me. Just because of the added skill tree thing that they put in. It's not a game changer, Like, you're not doing anything with that when the credits roll. If it was an open world game, I could understand the skill tree in that, but I don't know. I mean, Last of Us 1 had it right. It was just simple. It was what you needed for a single player game. Upgrade what you think you're going to be using, and that's it. So yeah, I don't really care about the ending. I don't care about the game. I'm disappointed with the game. It is what it is. But I expect better from Naughty Dog, and hopefully we can deliver on a new project that they're going to do, whatever that may be. Yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Gator, go ahead.
Well, I kind of want to discuss it since, somebody hasn't seen it.
Well, he don't care.
Do you care?
Epically,
fuck.
dude.
We've already fucking got this far, so fuck it. It's fucking, like, we can talk about it all day, right? But like at the end of the day, like you don't give a fuck about these characters. They've already made dumbass decisions more than once already throughout the story, and you just don't fucking give a fuck. There's just a certain like at a point you just don't care. You know what I mean? Like no matter what you say or do, or like whatever you do in the game doesn't fucking matter, right? Because I mean, we didn't get a fucking choice in Joel's death. We didn't get to fucking save his ass, right? And obviously for storytelling purposes, but that's not like a complaint. But what I'm saying is that the story itself doesn't fucking. We don't care about Mel. We don't care about Owen. We don't care about that Neil Druckmann look-alike. We don't care, right?
Yeah, we don't.
We don't care about them. We don't care about whatever happens to Abby. I could give a fuck less. You can make the argument that maybe Abby suffered while she was at that slaver camp or whatever, but it doesn't really matter because she still killed a character, and I still want to kill her. And I don't think letting her go was the right decision, because then, you know, if she wants to change her mind at any time, because you did kill, like, literally all of her friends.
It was very out of the blue, the ending, like her being in a fucking slave camp. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's well deserved. She deserved to die. She deserved to fucking die there on that.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Personally.
Oh fucking.
Nah. I think she should have died. I think it's just fucking bull. Like now, Ellie doesn't even get her moment, right? She never even had a moment in the game. And I think that's what a lot of people are like. Abby got her moment, right? She killed Joel. You know, she got her moment.
She got a lot of moments.
She got a lot of moments in the game. And, Ellie didn't even get her moment. It didn't seem like. She just got fucked throughout this whole fucking story.
Here's the thing. It was to go with the message, and that's the thing.
And that's the fucking sucky part about it. Doesn't mean it goes with the message. Doesn't mean it's fucking good. You know what I mean?
That's not what I'm saying. But that was the point. If that makes sense. Like that's why. Does it make it right? No. Ellie deserved way better. But fucking...
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, why... That makes no sense from a storytelling standpoint, though. Like, because why are you even going there? If you know you're not gonna fucking kill her, then what the fuck is the point of going there? If you're just gonna fucking have a battle, right? What was it gonna change? Are you just gonna fucking, like, maybe she says something about Joel, are you gonna fucking kill her then? Like, what was the game plan there? Go there, find Abby, then what? What was you gonna do? Obviously, you was gonna have a fight. But was you gonna kill her? I mean, like, come on. The ending, The Last of Us 2 was fucking dog shit, and all. I don't care what message they were trying to serve.
End in tragedy in some way. I feel that, that just makes sense. It's a revenge fucking story. It's gonna end in tragedy, but at the same time, it could have been done better, and that's the issue. It could have been done way better. This Abby shit was unnecessary. It really was, and that's the biggest flaw with the game by far. The message of the game, some of it was good. The flashbacks were good.
Oh,
I think the flashbacks were good.
The flashbacks were fucking terrible. I mean, from what perspective? Abby's or
Ellie's.
Ellie's was good. Yes, I do appreciate Ellie's.
Ellie's were very good. That was by far the best part of the game.
That's good. Yeah, I like that.
Other than those sequences and some of Ellie's shit, some of it, and some of Abby's shit, it's like, and the gameplay being semi-decent, the story was not the best. The story, that's my issue with the game. For me though, a story does not make a game. It helps build the game's world, but it doesn't fucking make the game for me. Right? A game could have a shit story, but can have good gameplay, and that for me is what makes it like a 7.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, perfect example. You know what I mean? Like the gameplay in that game was fucking, fun as fuck, right?
Well, actually, Prototype had a decent story. I don't think Prototype's story was bad.
I mean, it wasn't nothing to be remembered, right?
It's nothing crazy. It was like that game's neat. This is like a 7 out of 10, honestly. It's like disappointing, like definitely.
I disagree. I think it's a 3.
I
think it's a solid 3.
For me, to be a 3, you have to be really bad, like Order 1888 bad, or is it 87? One of the two.
Yeah, I mean, it had a lot of promise. I mean, graphics, soundtrack, the atmosphere. Yeah, that's a 3 out of 10. Had a lot of potential in it. The gameplay was also shit.
Good. The gameplay.
It's not built for. It's not built for this time, man. It's 2020, bro.
To say it's not built for this time,
yeah, it was good 7 years ago, but
right, but
what places they have nowadays where we're getting fucking Ghost of Tsushima and you know, like Cyberpunk, you know what I mean? I know that's a bit of a stretch because I know they're different games, right? But I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's the games that we got nowadays.
Right, but what are they really gonna add to the fucking game? Like, that's, you know, other than like fucking skill trees, which I thought were good. They had those.
That's nothing major though. Like, you keep bringing that up, but it's nothing major.
The menu is way faster. The difficulty.
That's not a major improvement,
the options. I gotta mention that the difficulty, the way you can just change everything is really cool. And having everything.
What, the accessibility? I mean, yeah, that's definitely a plus, sure, but I don't think that's warrants it getting a point.
I mean, you can play aggressive, you can play slow.
Yeah, you can do that in the last game. What are we doing here?
Are really good.
You could do some of this shit in the last game, dude.
Yeah, I know, but there's you know, stuff. It's not identical.
I mean, it pretty much is.
It's not identical.
It is though. Like, the gameplay is identical. You go behind somebody, you grab them, and you fucking strangle them or stab them. It's literally the same.
It's not identical.
Why isn't it though? You're saying it's not, but why isn't it not identical?
Because there are minor upgrades. As I said, there are minor upgrades. The skill tree actually adds a lot.
Yeah, that's what minor, slight upgrades.
Well, if you said we weren't going to turn this into an argument.
I tried, but like you're saying a fucking minor. That's it, boys. I think that was a pretty. Actually, I think it's just a boring debate. I'll upload it. You know, I'll probably do, you know, a little bit of editing here and there. You know, do my thing. A lot of editing, right? But I think most majority of us can agree that The Last of Us Part 2 is shit. It's garbage. It's complete and utter garbage. It's a dumpster fire that did not ever need to exist. And yeah, that's it for me, boys. I'll see you on the next one.